Hi YouTube, how are you doing? I'm doing okay. I did get a couple responses from ego-driven men. You missed the part where, first off, you need to know I never started a fight in my adult life. That's the first thing you need to know. And I've never in my adult life fought with a female. So that should give you some clue why I'm so defensive, because first off, going up against the Dark Cabal when I was a kid is something nobody else I knew or know has done something like I did a long time ago. And if you think I haven't paid for it on a daily basis, you're coming against the wrong person. You're letting your ego get in there. It should have been a clue when I said I would rather have worn my dresses and been safe. I'm not just talking about guarding against rape. I'm talking about bodily harm from people that hate me because of my virtues. Do you have a problem with that? You obviously must, because you're going to let my strength spur you on to give me more hatred from mankind. Is that it? Because I did see somebody, it's like, I do my little punch from like about here, and it's quite an impact because I train to break bones from an inch away. So somebody's saying, well, like I'll just come from way back like a haymaker, you know, you would be opening that whole side of your body for the quicker, more skilled person, by the way. And if you can't make an impact from close contact, you're certainly not going to get in there with anything else. And if my little punch is like that, what do you think my haymaker's like? Just stop it. Yes, I'm a boxer. That was one of my first combat training was boxing. In third grade, I was boxing the sixth grade boys. I've always had challenges from people that wanted to hurt me. And you could say, well, yeah, because if you weren't such a bleep, that's not it at all. I have close friends that admire my strength because they're not weak minded, and they'd rather have me on their side in this world than oppose me. So if you don't understand that my life is always in danger in those ways because of those reasons, you're not on my side. You're on the side of the Baphomet. You're on the side of mankind eliminating the female virtues. That's what side you're playing on. And you're playing with fire. So my strength doesn't come from just me. That's why when opposed by the, it's called the He-Man Woman Haters Club, um, you'll pay for that shit. Whatever. You can think that I deserve some kind of punishment or beating or, you know, whatever you think. If you think I need more of the same that I never deserved, go for it. Like I said, just with that alone, you'd have a mighty, mighty warrior. Not some brain dead, fucking stupid, oh, I did push-ups in jail, so I'm strong type of, no, uh-uh. You people weren't working your asses off, lifting drywall above your head, nailing with. Did you ever have drywall on your arm and nail above your head like this? Ever done anything like that? Standing on scaffolding, or do you know what it's like to lift all that weight all day long? Or doing bales? Not just once, I mean, continuously in my life. Yeah, I know. I know. You're a man. I get it. So I can't be strong to protect myself because I know I see things coming at me in my life and I'm prepared. So I don't have a right to express my strength without some dimwit getting salty about it. So enough of that, I do believe. I think one person actually that had started this whole thing, I think he gets it. You know, I think he gets it. you know, not understanding that I've been put in situations that other people may not have been in, and the amount of those situations, you know. They could have an understanding, but if they don't understand why I've got to be as strong as I am and my personality that I did not want to take on but was forced to, that's painful right there for me, but you wouldn't care about that. How would you like to just want to be a feminine woman and not been able to? It'd be the same as wanting to be masculine and somebody not letting you. Wouldn't that be horrible? All you wanted to do is be a little boy, put your baseball cap on, and go play with your friends, but they wanted to put you in a dress. How would you feel? All I wanted to do was be left alone, and people, the male gender, kept attacking me physically. So, because I don't have a right to say, hey, I don't like this or that or whatever. And I don't have a right to say that I'm stronger than anybody you know at my age right now. But you wouldn't believe it. But you'd have to test that in order to think that was true. It could escalate, but people just show who they are right there with me. Because a real man would never even want to go there. Like, I have a brother that's a boxer. He won't arm wrestle me because I'm his sister. That's why, you know. Then I have an adopted brother that would um, hurt anybody for a dime, you know. All kinds of men in this world. Some that are honorable and some that are betrayers, and you show yourself. It's nothing I can do about it. But I can't stop being me, and I didn't mold myself into a warrior. I was forced into it. No, that's just weird. Oh, okay, just a minute. I have to let Doug's cat out of here just a second here, guys. Okay, Bobby, just a minute. I didn't know he was in here. Give me a moment. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. He must have been sleeping behind the chair in here. I shut the door. I told Doug if the door's shut, I'm making a video, so he wouldn't be making noise. So anyway, not a big deal. But yeah. But no, I have people that have because I have people that have stalked me in my life and people that are stalking me in my life. And I have every reason to get on here and explain to them the position I'm in my life and my strength. I don't have a need to prove that, you know. But if a man has a need to prove his strength over me, you're going to find out what's in there. And I know people talk. So I'm not just talking, I'm just saying it's your ego. Evidently, this is a part of me that you can't handle. I don't like it either, but that's just too fucking bad because I'm going to remain the warrior I am. And there's no man out there that's going to demean me or undermine me or make me feel less than what I know I am. So, yeah, anyway, it's just like a friend of Doug's, like these dudes are in their 70s and they're out there like cutting down trees and chopping wood and, you know, people that have done been physically fit all their lives, it doesn't go away. You know, it just doesn't. It's like I don't know if you've ever milked a cow, but some people can't because their hands are not strong enough. That's a fact. I don't know if you've ever done it, but try that on for size. You know, it's a trip. It's hard work. But anyway, it's kind of cool though, like playing the flute or playing the guitar or milking cows or different things people do, even beadwork, you know, or I make jewelry, you know, whatever. Um, your fingers are incredible. You don't have to give anybody a haymaker if you could just poke them in their eye, right? It's better than a sharp stick in the eye. That's a saying. Anyway, I'm so happy I could oblige your manly ego into getting your temper up to show your true colors towards my need to express my strength in this world, to show other people when you're aging, you don't have to let your strength or any of your skills go by the wayside. It's up to you if you do, you know. It's like if you used to swim and you don't swim anymore. It's not, well, you won't lose it, but you're not going to be in the shape you were if you swam every day. I had to supplement that. I used to live on a lake, but my house burnt down, you know, so I wasn't able to swim. Well, I couldn't swim in the winter anyway, but yeah, wish I could be. I'd probably still do my push-ups. Yeah, for sure. Not going to stop doing that or the rest of my exercises, so ever. Anyway. But yeah, you showed your hand. It's betrayal towards what is righteous. I told you I didn't want to be a warrior, but if you can't handle the fact that I can not only throw a punch, I don't have to sit there and make a big display out of it. And once again, a haymaker would leave you wide open, and the power you put into that would be used against you. Just like your display of that is going to be used against you. Because I was pleading for understanding, not asking for more attacks. But then you're not me and you wouldn't understand that. Maybe you do after I just said it, but I don't think yesterday it dawned on you. You know, you could just think, okay, Grandma, you know, live in your delusional little world. And I'm going to say, what are you going to be when you're 67? What are you going to be when you grow up? Going to be weak? Maybe. Maybe not. But just getting to a person's ego, especially when I thought they were honorable. Yeah. Another one bites the dust. I'm on a fishing expedition, but the only thing is, you're already in the net. So I don't have to do a whole lot of work to pull the fish out of the water. Everybody has such an enlightened soul, don't they? They're so full of information. Not that I'm not, but not that it's a bad thing. But you could have all the information in the world and still just be a turd in the whole scheme of things. You can present yourself as the most polite presenter and not be really contributing to what it is to be a human being. Anyway. Yeah, it's disappointing. It's somebody that I thought had more um, respect for women, you know, because if I'm left alone to my own defenses, like I always have been, I would prefer the femininity side of things, but I don't have that luxury. So I'm the woman that had to fix her own vehicles before she could go to work, you know, or the only work I could find was doing some manual labor that typically isn't meant for a woman. That's painful shit. It made me stronger than average people. One time, this 40-year-old, that was embarrassing. I was probably about 31 or 2, somewhere around in there, and had already had kids, but we had hired somebody to help us do what they call the lid in drywall, the ceiling. Couldn't do it. Could not do it. So I had to take my kids and go to work doing drywall to get a job finished to be able to get money. 40 years old, big, tall, strong, whatever. Whatever it was. But these men, they don't consider, oh, gee, she's had children out of her body. She's had this, that, the next thing happened to her. Could care less. You don't care that my job was broke. Why? I made a phone call to my relatives and my ex got jealous and hit me in the face with the phone. Did I deserve that? What do you think? Broke out a bunch of my teeth. And, yeah. So, you have a problem with men that want to hurt women. And you're going to have a problem with me because you displayed that. There's a way to rectify it. One or two ways. We could either combat or we can be friends. I've always only wanted to be friends with people. But, yeah, you'd rather try and stifle my abilities and pretend it isn't real. It makes you feel better. Like I say, I want to see you. Maybe I'll be alive when some 40-year-old or 40 something or 50-year-old is 67. Maybe I'll be alive and kicking to be able to see what you look like and how strong you are. How's your hair doing? Is it nice? Probably not in your 40s, you know? So yeah, I didn't really have much more of a topic today. I just I I know this, that the minute I turn my back or let my guard down, something will happen. It always does. So I'm never letting my guard down. I'm never going to go on the pretense of somebody else thinking they got it going on over me. That type of attitude got me hurt. It's when I show people who I actually am that keeps me safe. And that's a fact. And for the people that have encountered that, they know it's true. Whatever. There's nothing worse that a woman that never wanted to fight, especially a mother, and for the reasons that I am a fighter, has everything to do with being a mother at this point in my life. I know that may not make any sense, but it's true. I'm not going to explain it. Some of you just might get it, you know, but I wasn't able to be the gentle-natured person that I am. And there's something else there now. And besides that, back to them short punches, you'd have to experience that. Do you think I'm going to smack my hand as hard as I can? And you can't even do a short punch like that. And I'm quick. I box. But yeah, if it weren't just boxing, whatever, you know, your haymakers and clotheslines and trying to maul me. Like I said, I've only been hurt in the past because even in sparring, because I did not think that they were going to go into the death mode, murder mode, because it was supposed to be a contest, not a conquest, you know. Well, I know better now. I operate on a different level. Just in case somebody thinks that they have that mind over matter thing and that doesn't play into the equation, it most certainly does. The strength of your mind has everything to do, and I'm not just talking intelligence, I'm talking soul connection, soul powered, you know? It's a whole different thing. And besides that, if you wanted to hurt what is good and true and honest and somebody that would never betray you. No, people talk about loyalty, but even the worst criminals in the world have an unwritten code of loyalty within, say, like a gang or whatever. Like you're all loyal to each other. Why, you could be betraying what is righteous and good. As long as you're loyal to your master, that's your mistake. You're following the wrong leader, the weak one. Just like with Doug, it's not that he couldn't be a fighter. I mean, he wrestled or whatever. It's just that sometimes you don't get physical with people because you know that that person isn't your adversary, or you actually know better than to even go there, or you wouldn't want to go there for a million years because it's not in you. But that's not what I saw yesterday. I saw somebody with actual hatred towards women that would not admire my strength or want to learn how I do that short punch like that, how the actual technique, which I'm not going to be showing none of y'all, no more. You could pay me to teach you some things that you don't know, but yeah, that would have to be in private for somebody special, maybe, you know. It's super disappointing where I had respect where I can't, you know. I was gonna do a trick. I need something round. I don't know if I can do it anymore. Let me see. Maybe I have something here. This might work. No, I don't. Wait. No, I have to do it another time. You can put, usually use quarters. You put quarters, line them down you can, if this, depending on the size of your hand, I put 4 quarters here. You pull your hand back and grab them before they hit the floor. I knew somebody that could do 6 quarters. I was doing it with batteries last year. I was showing people I had a battery and grab it, But, and just line them up, have your hand flat, pull your hand back, and grab at the same time before those quarters. And if you use dimes or nickels or pennies, they're going to be uh, slower hitting the ground. So if you use a quarter, it's going to release quicker. So they're harder to do than it would be if it were nickels or, well, yeah. See how quick you are. See if you can line 4 quarters up there. And I'm sure I can do at least one would be, I haven't practiced it for a while, but I was doing it like last year. Maybe I can do it with my lighter. Let's see. Got it? See what I'm talking about? Oh, that one I didn't. Right. No, didn't do it. I did it the first time. I got to concentrate. Or this is the last time. Ooh, didn't do it. That's harder than a quarter because it's heavier. But I did it the first time to give the idea of what I'm talking about. Like, and that'll show you how quick you are just with your hands or not. And if it isn't impressive, after you try it, just like when I showed you balancing, stand on one leg, put your leg up in front of you and put it out in front of you and hold it there. And then swing backwards without moving and go into semi-warrior pose and see how you do with balance. That's a pretty big deal. That's a huge deal in judo, you know, or taekwondo, you know. I had a grandson, step-grandson was into taekwondo, and my sons were tri-state champions, and he was so surprised that he was showing me a move, and I did it with him, and he's like, Grandma, he freaked. It was so cool for him to know that his grandma could join in the martial arts with him, At least he was impressed. Yeah, I'm going to get this uploaded. I just wanted to talk about my disappointment and the betrayal in my heart and not being able to be the gentle soul I want to be, and people underestimating me and pushing me and provoking me, and not even understanding how I don't care how I look to the world, because if you think anything different than the love I feel in my heart, you're ill, you know? So, whatever. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a really good night or day wherever you're at. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA.